Hello and welcome. This is Wylker, and after a very long hiatus, I have decided to dip my toe back in the gaming world with a Let's Play Space Engineers. I can fill the curious in on what's been going on in my world, but not in this video. In this video, we're just going to play a game that I have been playing for a little bit. Haven't had a ton of experience in yet, but I've decided it's interesting enough that I want to play it and I want to record it. So I hope you guys enjoy. I've been messing around a little bit in survival worlds with Space Engineers, and so I've come up with some settings that I like, as well as some stuff I don't like. And for anyone that watched my Minecraft series, you know I love to play modded games, and I will be eventually modding Space Engineers fairly heavily, but for now I have a few mods in. Oops. I want to watch the video tutorial. I don't want to watch video tutorial. Alright, custom world. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off on a lone survival map. And on survival, we will let my friends drop in if they feel like it, but not too many. We're going to do normal hostility. We are, however, going to play on this extreme asteroid size. We're going to turn on these mods. As you see, I have a couple mods that I was just playing with mods. I have the conveyor expansion, the Worn series by Tartaros, which is a neat skin skin set for blocks that just makes them look kind of old and worn and used. Oh, I'm sorry. The Tartaros is the suit set to go along with Shadowflux's used equipment sales, and that's the skin set for all the blocks. Small Ship Mega Mod Pack and the Azimuth Industries Mega Mod Pack. These were recommended to me by some guys on SA, so we're going to check them out. And I think they all work. Let's just pop in here real quick. We're going to do survival. A couple things. The default inventory size really blows, so I'm turning that up to X3. And then we're going to leave the assembler efficiency at realistic. I don't want to decrease the amount of materials that stuff uses, but I am going to pump this up to 10. And welding and grinding to 5 each, because honestly just sitting there holding the mouse button down is super boring. Unlimited world size, blah blah blah. Oh, we are going to turn down okay, well I'm banning respawn ships on the server. Everything's got to be made by hand, so I guess we'll leave it on default cooldowns and just know that I'm not interested in using those ships. So can we turn that off here? Let's see. Shower removal. Turn that on. Scripts. Okay, that looks fine. So there we go, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to name this Survival. Let's play Space Engineers World. Alright, cool. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start this world. I'm going to pause the video for a minute because this takes a while to generate, and as soon as it's up, I will be right back. Alright, here we are in our survival world, and in Space Engineers you start off with a refinery which processes ore into ingots, an assembler which lets you build your components, a reactor, a medical room, and a gravity generator, along with these giant landing gears which you can do stuff with, and that's kind of it. I'll tell you this, one of the first things you have to make sure you do in Space Engineers, based off my last couple playthroughs, is get some base defense set up as quickly as possible. We need to get a Gatling gun built, and for that we're going to need some stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get our tools dragged down to our toolbar here. Oh, and also, instead of this kind of ugly white Space Engineer suit, we're going to immediately dip into one of our mods. some of our available skins. That's kind of fun. I want one miner, I think. Oh yeah, I like this guy. He's Toro. Alright, cool. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is go check out our asteroid here that we're spawning on to see what kind of resources are on it. Let's see, there's a fairly close kind of asteroid. It kind of looks like a toilet seat. Oh wow, there's some really big ones over there. Cool, we'll have some plans for that eventually. And let's see, there's a lot of little ones nearby that too. Ooh, looks like a big iron deposit over there. And some more big round asteroids. Cool. Alright, great. But like I said, I wonder how disorienting looking around like that's going to be on video. We'll have to wait and see. So let's take a look at our rock here. So I'm going to have a couple objectives to start with. Basically, I want to get that Gatling turret up as quickly as humanly possible. Wow, my starter asteroid is pretty bare. In order to do that, we're going to need a variety of resources. We'll go ahead and start off with some iron. Now, the nice thing starting on your spawn island is that spawn asteroid. Is that what you can do is you can dig a little like kind of cave. You see that? Digging a little cave into the side of this asteroid because, oh look, there's magnesium right there. That's good. Magnesium is a really important ingredient that takes a long time to process, and it's needed to make bullets. So, anyway, what we're going to do here is, I don't know why none of this ore is spawning. Oh, there goes some. Alright, so it's all flying out. So what we need to do is the goal of making this little tunnel is to keep these rocks from flying out, which is not happening. We're not having good luck with that. So let's just, there we go. So now once you make a little shelf, your ore starts getting caught in it like this. And you see my inventory's full. So with 3x inventory, we have a total of 1,200 liters, which is a weird thing to measure inventory in. 1,200 liters of inventory space. So what we're going to do is just to get our refinery started, because what we don't want is to have this stuff idle. So we're going to come over here. We're going to jump into our inventory of our system. I clicked on the assembler, so that's why that's the first one listed in here. But here's our refinery. Here's our iron ore, and we're going to drop that in there. The iron process is super fast, but that'll give us a basis of stuff to work on. I will go ahead and grab some of that magnesium, although it's going to be the last thing that we need in this particular build. That's okay. So the way construction works in Space Engineers is you use this block planning system, basically, to set where you want to build things. Oh, do you see what's happening here? Gravity is... I think gravity is pointing up, so we should be able to... Yeah, we should be able to dig in like this and get this stuff stuck in the top of our tunnel. Yeah, like that. See that? How it's pulling up to the top of it? So my platform has enough range on the gravity generator to impact this little tunnel. I can turn off my jetpack like this, and now I'm walking on the floor, quote-unquote floor of the tunnel, and stuff will fall at my feet. Or I can turn my jetpack back on, do a 180, and stuff will fall to the ceiling. Like that. Oh, looks like there's platinum buried in my asteroid. Okay, that's a good thing to know. We're going to want to get some of the platinum later. Platinum's really important for some of the, I don't know, more advanced things that we're going to want to build. Oh, I saw some silver too. Oh, wow. Maybe this rock's better than I thought. Where's that silver? Oh, there's silver right there. Okay, great. We're definitely going to need some silver. So what I was saying is, the way construction works in this game is really cool. I'm a little bit lost. What did I do? Okay, it's over there. You guys are going to notice over the course of this that I'm not great at 3D spatiality. For example, a lot of you are going to notice that just from a big circle. The nice thing about getting this magnesium going in the refinery is that it does refine really slowly. So I want that to spool up. A couple things I've noticed through my starting playthroughs is that you tend to run out of power pretty quickly if you don't stay on top of it, and the meteors will wreck your base, especially early. So you'll notice I'm going to save scum a little bit. If that happens, sorry for you purists out there, but I'm not interested in losing my refinery 17 minutes into the game. Okay, so what I was saying was the way construction works is you pick these blocks off of your categories of blocks here, and 8 inches. For example, let's just start with a light limit block here. And then by selecting it on your hotbar, you get to plan where you want to place it. Now, you'll notice when I try to place it, it says I need steel plate. And that's where your components come in. So, components are built in the assembler. You can click on this production tab, and if we had more than one assembler, it'd be here. There's our components. And there's a couple little mini tabs here for different types of components you can build. Or you can start with the blocks and it'll automatically put the components in. In this case, we're just going to go components and we're going to ask it to build us 10 steel plates. I'm going to hold down control and click it, and it's going to build 10. Now you notice that it started off red. And the reason it started off red was because I hadn't put any iron into my assembler yet. But as long as your machines or buildings have doors of the same size that connect, that automatically share and use each other's inventory in an intelligent fashion. We'll do some more of that later and show how that system works, along with a really cool system called conveyors that lets you move items around automatically. So anyway, it built us some steel plates. We're going to grab those in our inventory. Now, if I wanted to, I could come over here and let's make a steel block. I don't want to build it in the middle of my base there, so we'll put it right here. So I place it, and you'll notice what I end up with is a framework. So you can actually plan out your whole design with just the framework, and then you come in with your blowtorch tool, and you highlight it. And you'll notice here on the right-hand side of the screen, I actually need a total of 25 steel plates. So I didn't build enough. What I can do is click on it. It'll do some construction, and it'll tell me that I've currently added 10 out of the needed 25 steel plates. If we wanted to, then we can use our grinder and grind this thing back down, eliminate it, and get our steel plates back. And you get 100% return from grinding items down. Very exciting stuff. Right now we've got our assembler output, and now we're going to go grab some resources. So what I'd like to do is make 2 or 3 quick trips here. Oh, speaking of, I mentioned we want to do a Gatling turret, right? So here's a Gatling turret. You'll notice over on the right it shows us all the components we need. Actually, here, let's go back to base real fast so I can show you how this works. Earlier I mentioned that when you're in your assembler, you can either build individual components or you can have it build blocks for you. I need to quit. Actually, back up here. A couple things you have to keep an eye on early game. Health, obviously. Although, there's not many things that hurt you besides yourself just being stupid. And then energy. So energy down there on the left-hand side of the screen gives your suit power, your tools power, and your jetpack power. So we're going to come over here. Now, I may not know how exactly this works. I may be doing this wrong. But as far as I know, there's no way to filter or sort this. So you just kind of have to scroll through it. But what we're looking for here is that Gatling turret. It's right there. And so if I click this, okay, now it's got a list for me of all the components that we need. So you see we need a total of 796 iron, 40 nickel, 40 cobalt, 2 silicone, and 1 gold. So that's kind of the stuff we need to grab. Now, better players than I am can probably tell you exactly how to convert this stuff. So they can tell you how much you have to bring back. I don't really know. So we're just going to go grab some nickel, cobalt, silicon, gold, and maybe a little bit more iron. We have 914 iron. It says, we're actually okay. We have enough iron. So we need nickel, cobalt, silicon, gold, and also some fuel for our nuclear reactor. So some uranium. And I see some uranium over here. So we're going to fly over to this uranium deposit. There's some tips and tricks for flying, which I'll get into in just a little bit. Oh, cool. Look, this has got like a little tunnel in it. Ooh, spooky. Okay. Well, instead of exploring the spooky tunnel, we're just going to go ahead and drop some uranium. Although the system where you mine stuff into 0 gravity and then have to, like, find it floating around and grab it is hilarious. So we're going to have a couple objectives. To start off with, we're going to get our platform defended, and then we're going to lose all the uranium and just mined. Oh, this tunnel's way bigger than I thought. Let's see, maybe it's an easier spot like this. Oh yeah, much easier. Okay, so we filled up about a third of our inventory with uranium. And what we also want to do while we're flying around here is kind of keep track of where stuff is. And I'm not great at this, but you know, it's good to have a general idea where stuff is. So let's see here. That looks like iron. I'm getting terrible looks from my wife because she thought I was done being a big, giant video game nerd, but she was wrong. There's some silicone. Ah! Come here! Let's see. Oops. Catch up. Or that one. Alright, great. This should probably be enough silicone for now. Gold is really easy to spot. Wow, this is a really cool looking asteroid. That's all iron, I think. In the shadows, iron and nickel are really hard to distinguish because they're both kind of orangey, but iron can look red sometimes, and nickel generally stays real orange looking. Mining early game is very slow. So what do we get? We got some gold, and we got... Oh, there's nickel right there. Cool. Oh, see, the nickel's hiding. So, let's see here. Alright, so what we're going to do to get this nickel out is we're going to drill right into this rock. Yeah. Your drill has 2 modes. If you right-click with it, you will get... or, if you... I'm sorry, if you left-click with it, you'll get or. If you right-click with it, you can actually destroy slightly bigger pieces of rock and not get ore drops. There's our nickel. See what it's talking about? It's just kind of orangey.
Inventory full.
Full inventory. So we did not get much nickel. We're going to have to make another trip. Alright, so I was talking about flying tricks. What I'm going to do here to conserve some energy is I'm going to turn off my inertial dampeners, build up some speed. Oh, first meteor shower. Remember I mentioned saves coming? Yeah. Because honestly, we could very easily, a meteor could randomly hit our refinery here, or our reactor, and our game would be over. So let's go. So we still need some cobalt, some more. Let's go back to our last one. Looks like we actually are really lucky. We didn't get a single meteor strike on the platform. Dun, 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 dun. We're going to fly back out towards our find out here. And you'll notice I'm already lost. I have no idea where that nickel was that I was harvesting a minute ago. Although this promisingly looks... oh, see, it's iron. I do it all the time, constantly. That's iron too. That's all iron. There's some more gold. Nice to find some cobalt here. I think this is where our nickel was, right? Yes! Look at that. I'm the greatest space engineer ever. Nice. Alright, so we got nickel. We're gonna go find some cobalt. Nickel, platinum. Platinum is good. Oh wow, it's a huge platinum deposit. Alright, but not now. It's not what we need. We need cobalt. And we're going to need more magnesium too. I don't see any. Let's go over here. What's on this rock? Ooh, more uranium, gold, iron. Check out the bottom of these real big rocks. By the way, I think I'd like to do this Let's Play with like some cool music. So if anyone wants to recommend a good Space Engineers playlist, I would be happy to check it out. Magnesium. Oh yeah, so here's more magnesium, which I'm honestly going to grab because we only picked up 400 liters of that nickel. Whoa, where'd it go? And magnesium just takes so long to process that I just want to grab some and have it. And we need a ton of it to start with. And we're not going to have a good supply of it until quite a bit later. Alright, cool. So we got that, and we are still on the hunt for cobalt, right? As far as I know, there's no rhyme or reason. Like, everything seems to spawn kind of randomly. It doesn't seem like... whoa. Anybody see that? Yes, there's cobalt. Cobalt's just kind of yellowy veins in the rock. No! Ah, forget it. Okay. But everything seems to be kind of random. It doesn't seem to matter, like gold isn't near iron or anything like that. Let's go get that all in here. Just try to get one more little tiny rock. Inventory full. Okay, cool. So back to our space platform. Dun, dun, dun. Cool, we're doing good. So we got all our stuff processed here. Our assembler is Still working hard. Oh. Making our nickel. It's almost there. We're almost done there. There goes. So we can manually put that stuff in there, and then when you look at the production tab, it'll show you that you've got enough sitting in the assembler. It doesn't let you know if you have enough in your whole system though, so you just kind of either have to kind of be aware of what's going on or have a better way to work on this. I did find a really cool mod I'm going to share with you guys at some point in time that shows me what helps me with inventory management. And, again, if you watch my Minecraft series, you know I'm a sucker for inventory management, so we'll do that eventually. Okay, so great news. Our assembler has finished with the order I put into it. So now we can grab all this stuff. And, I don't know, where do we want to put a Gatling turret? About, like, right there. I don't know, maybe we should put it on top of our refinery. That's kind of a pain. Yeah, let's put it up there. Oh, we'll put it on top of this big antenna. Bam. Break out our trusty blowtorch. You see over on the right, because we used the block picker in the assembler, we already have enough items for it. Now, the issue is that that thing is not going to run without ammunition. And that's what I'm going to go on using that, we can build ammo. The ammo is, oops, in the component section. And, see it for some reason. Oh, it's right there. So this box of ammo is what we need to do to load our Gatling turret. I'm going to build 4 of those. I think I have it says we use 14. I think we might be short a little bit on nickel. Great, so we have enough. And it's going to finish building for us. I don't know if you guys remember, I turned this up to 10 times its normal speed. Oh, no, that's just the refinery. I don't actually think it impacts the assembly. Okay, just kidding. So anyway, we have our ammo. Now we can... What's going on here? Oh, check it out. Remember earlier I was talking about running out of power? Well, we did. So we need to get into our assembler. I'm sorry, get into our refinery and grab this uranium and get it stuck back into our reactor because our reactor ran out of power. See that? That's why our gravity turned off. Bad deal. Once I get my turret set up here, actually, you're going to see my next few runs are going to be just for uranium. But I think that's enough for this episode, guys. I'm glad to be back making videos, and hopefully you guys will hang out with me a little bit while we play and enjoy Space Engineers with me. Thanks a lot, and see you guys next time.